P-A-S-C-A-L. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters, got the P-A-S-C-A-L. Keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody, let's go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Pascal Show. Happy Monday. Man, it doesn't even feel like Monday. It feels like honestly, it feels like a Sunday. I'm not going to lie. It feels like a damn Sunday. But I'm happy. I'm here. I'm happy to be talking with you guys. I missed you guys over the past few days. I'll explain why in a little bit. But your boy was busy. Your boy's been, it's been it was a busy weekend. Okay? But it was very important. I had some things to do. Some big things to do, and all that surrounds this thing that we all live and die for, called love. Yeah, I said it. I know I'm a cheeseball. I don't care. I really don't care. But anyway, your boy was out of town at a wedding. Two really great people tied the knot, and I happened to be blessed enough to be invited and be a part of it and see two souls connect, right? In holy matrimony. So it was really, really dope to see that. And I got to tell you, it was in a whole different part of the world, a whole different part of the country. It was gorgeous. It was beautiful. It was definitely needed. So, yeah, it was dope. It was really, really dope. But anyway, let's get beyond this. Enough about me, right? Enough about me. We got to get into some things, y'all. We got to get into some conversations. Now, I need to turn this down just a tad bit because I need to talk to my babies here real quick, okay? To my fam, to my babies. Okay, here it is. Thursday night or Thursday afternoon, I was waiting for this, y'all. Literally, I'm killing the music. I sat and I waited for hours, okay? But your boy had to leave town. Your boy had to leave and go, all right? Get into a car and drive off, right? And as soon as I get in my car to leave, that's when the verdict comes out on Mr. Jussie Smollett. Yeah. I was pissed because I was hoping that I was listening to the closing, all the arguments and all that stuff. I was waiting to find out what was his fate going to be, right? And then all of a sudden, I'm like, damn, I got to pack. I got to leave. I got to kick rocks here, y'all. Notice I said kick rocks. But I got to kick rocks, y'all. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I get on the road, the story drops. I'm like, damn. I was real upset about it. I was upset because I wanted to go through it with all y'all, especially what he does, how he reacts and everything, right? So, of course, we got to kind of have to go through it all together, one by one, together, because, I wanted you guys to see this with me, and it's just really interesting, the series of events that kind of transpire after the verdict comes out, where he was found, or he was sentenced. His sentencing was up to 150 days in a prigione, okay? That's the Italian word for prison. Being locked up, okay? Homeboy locked up. Now, I know a lot of y'all are like, this is old news. I really don't care, so on and so forth. There's been more information that's been developing. So, like I said, I know that this happened 4 days ago, right? Yeah, it happened 4 days ago. But at the same time, I'm like, okay. There's a lot of catching up I have to do. There's a lot of splaining I got to do, okay? Over the next couple days. So hopefully you guys will be willing to go through this ish, because I was gone for 4 days, and so much stuff dropped in 4 days, y'all. Damn. And I want to talk about it. We got to talk about Jussie. We got to talk about Kanye again. We got to talk about, Pete Davidson now? There's so many other things going on. We got to talk about Gabby Petito. Yes, there's more information about Gabby Petitos. Real talk. So I'm like, damn, okay, we gotta talk about this. Okay. So if you guys don't mind, if you guys will grant me some grace And let me go through these things with you guys. Like I said, I know that it's already old news for all y'alls out here in these streets. 4 days old, but there's more information that's surrounding Jussie Smollett that I think you'll be very interested in hearing. And then, of course, who wouldn't want to relive the shenanigans that happened during the sentencing? Why not relive it with me? Good old Pascal. Okay. So I appreciate y'all for being here and being a part of the conversation with me. Do me a favor. You know, I got to do this. Hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. And of course, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. And of course, we got to go at the end to talk about Taraji P. Henson and other people that are standing up and in protest over Jussie Smollett's sentencing. And we got to talk about that too. What y'all think on that? You know what I mean? Are you with that or no? Is this BS or no? Okay, so let's get into it, okay? And I appreciate all y'all for being so patient, so understanding. That's why I love my family. The best family on the nets. All right? But sorry, let me just set this stuff up real quick. Oh boy. Now, we already know. Whoops. We already know a lot of this stuff, but we're just going to go through it just quickly. We were sitting here going 150 days is too long. So let me show you what I mean. Before we go into his, well, no, let's go into his reaction first. It's amazing. So let me show you guys that. But this is after he had been sentenced to 150 days. He reacts in this type of fashion. Let's take a look.
Your Honor, that I am not suicidal. That's what I was about to say.
Okay.
I am not suicidal.
Okay.
I am not suicidal. I am innocent, and I am not suicidal.
Okay. I'm sorry I have to cut it in between because, you know, copyright stuff and everything, you know, it's just standard procedure, unfortunately. But he's already saying, I'm not Sean Kingston, if you get what I'm saying. You're way too beautiful, girl. Okay. You know what I'm saying, right? Sean Kingston. So he's saying, I'm not Sean Kingston. I am not Sean Kingston. What kind of narrative do you think he's trying to create right now? This is the same dude that went out in the middle of the damn winter, deep cold, okay, below freezing weather, said two white men wearing MAGA hats attacked him. I'm not going to go into all the gruesome details. Threw a rope, you know what I mean by that, rope around his neck, because I have to censor to a certain extent, unfortunately. And then staged this whole thing. So now that he is getting sentenced, to 150 days, his initial reaction is, I am not Sean Kingston. I am not Sean Kingston. You don't think he's trying to set up some sort of narrative right off the bat? I know some people out here are not going to agree with me on this. Some people are sitting here going, hey, quit locking up our black men. Yes, I agree with 110%. But when you have somebody that has been found guilty of staging a full-on lie against thyself, wasted taxpayer dollars, wasted hours of law enforcement time that could have been spent on an actual crime that actually happened, you don't think you should be getting punished within the full extent of the law? But yet he stops everything after his sentencing, and he uses this as if he's Denzel Washington and Malcolm X. Suddenly, this is his best acting job I've ever seen him do. But unfortunately, he has not done one thing yet, which is tell the truth. He hasn't done none of that. Not one damn moment during this trial and during this sentencing. We're going to continue, but this is ridiculous. I think he wants a biopic to happen. I think he's hoping to create a biopic, a book deal, more ridiculous interviews where he sits there and cries his crocodile tears, acting like he is a victim when he never has been.
If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of Black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this.
Okay, so here's the other thing, though, too. And you know, of course, I'm only speaking on one. I'm only one Black man in this situation, okay? But when I see this, I'm assuming me and a gang of other Black people are not sitting here standing in solidarity with him. I know he's got his family and his friends that are ride or dies. They're going to ride or die, right? They still believe him. They still think he's done, you know, he didn't do anything. They still believe he was jumped by two white men. Okay, fine. I get it. Like your mama's going to ride or die with you till death, right? I get that. It's in the DNA. It's in the blood. But you're telling me you're doing this on behalf of the Black community? You're doing this on behalf of the LGBTQ plus AI community? Really? Do you think they're standing with you with this? The Black community, I mean, most of the Black community, or at least some of the Black community, isn't standing next to this. This is embarrassing. This is disgusting. These are the moments that make other law enforcement turn a blind eye, turn away from actual crimes because they sit there, they'll not even believe or care. This man is ridiculous. And this is his best Oscar-winning, he was on TV, Emmy-winning performance. And unfortunately, he ain't even getting paid for this right now, y'all. Think about that.
And I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself. And you must all know that. I respect you, Your Honor. I respect your decision. Jail time. I am not suicidal.
Okay, we get it. He ain't Sean Kingston, okay? You know what I mean? Sean Kingston. Great song, by the way. Catchy. But they stopped playing that song after a while because of the title. Isn't that crazy? They stopped playing that song on the radio because they thought it was going to trigger people. Shameless, useless knowledge, okay? Fun fact, sad fact, but there you go, okay? So you got this dude out here sitting here saying, hey, I didn't do any of this. He's still standing on his lies. But again, why would those two buff dudes come out? Literally, one of them actually came out in a way, allegedly. But why wouldn't they just? You see what I'm saying? Why would they come out and say this kind of stuff? Why would they come out and straight cap? What are they benefiting from coming out, either embarrassing themselves or, embarrassing themselves and making themselves look like fools? Why would they come out of their way to do something like that, y'all, if it wasn't true? Jussie Smollett is not some huge, big household name. He was on a TV show that was a hit, right? He was on a hit TV show, but he is not the Black Tom Cruise, Will Smith. He is not Denzel Washington. He is not, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. He's not some huge ass name. So why would the powers that be, or the Illuminati or something like that, want to take this guy down for ish and giggles. That makes no sense to me. And then why these two guys go and get these buff dudes, go out and do this? What's their motive? Outside of him going, hey, I got this idea, while he's blowing trees with them and stuff like that, doing God knows what he's doing as well. Blowing trees, maybe. You feel me? But I mean, what else is he doing with these guys? Why suddenly? When they only got paid a couple grand to stage a fake hate crime. Now you got these two guys made to look like fools now too. And yet this man is still standing strong, still holding strong to his lies, strong to this narrative that he created. All BS. Yeah, you got me. You got me, Ms. Nuru. All right. Oh, by the way, please hit that like button down below. Send those likes past 100 likes. That would really, really mean a lot. Now, there are people out here as well, okay? Because, we got to talk about this, or maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold on. So you heard him say, I apologize, I'm a lot more organized than this, but I just came back from a trip, so I'm a little exhausted, so I'm sorry about this, okay, guys? But he comes out with that BS. He says, I am not Sean Kingston. I am not Sean Kingston. Well, this happens the very next day. Because, he went, they said, hey, you got 150 days. He says, I am not Sean Kingston. I am not Sean Kingston. They said, okay, well, the sentencing is in effect, as of now. You know what I mean? Effects, active in effect. I don't know what the phrase is, but you know what I'm saying. It's happening right now. So as soon as you walk out this door, you're going straight into the prison, okay, for 150 days. And if everything goes well, if he's on good behavior, if I'm correct, he can get out in 2 months. Now, don't get me wrong. Prison is a scary thing, depending on what prison you're going to, right? Too, if you're going to a good, decent prison, then you got, you'll be playing squash and learning how to crochet or some ish. You know what I'm saying? But some other prisons, they ain't so much fun. So it depends on what prison he's going to. But still, no matter what, 2 months, yes, it could be scary. But if you're good for 2 months, you'll be out, right? Yes, effective immediately. Thank you, Tyler Hackner, my boy. What's up, man? Missed your name and all that. Appreciate you being here. But yes, they said is in effect immediately, right? So they put him in the prison, right? You got to see this article because you can't make it up. Boom. Jussie Smollett placed in psych ward at Cook County Jail. Brother claims on Instagram on the IGG. So seconds before, he probably wasn't even in prison for that long, right? Not even 12 hours. The dust had not even settled, okay? The prison cell smells hasn't even seeped into his body, okay? And he's already been put into a psych ward. Remember, he said a second ago, I am not Sean Kingston. You're way too beautiful, girl. Nope. He said, no, I am not Sean Kingston. And then now he is in a psych ward. And sorry, thank you, the House Music Chronicles. Sorry. It is jail. I'm sorry. Jail, not prison. All right. Thank you for the correction. Jail, not prison. But still, he is still locked up. Okay. Now he said he's not Sean Kingston at all. And now he's in a psych ward. So let's take a look at this article really, really quick. It's like with this guy, he really wants to write a book. I don't believe anything he says. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of people out here that'll sit there and go, which we are going to see very shortly, a lot of tweets that have been put out and all that. And some people are still gunning for, like, rooting for him on his side, saying, how dare they throw him in jail for as long as they have. Some of them are saying the punishment does not match the crime. I ask you guys, to the family, to my beautiful babies out there, you tell me, does the punishment match the crime? Keep the comments going. Let's take a look at this article here. Authorities are apparently taking no chances on Jussie Smollett's safety while incarcerated at the Cook County Jail. Reacting to his outburst upon being sentenced on Thursday for his conviction on charges related to drumming up a hate hoax, authorities have placed him in a psychiatric ward. That's typically where high-profile prisoners are kept. So he may have, I just felt that in my plums. Oh, think about this for a second, guys. You got to remember, this is a very crafty and smart man. I know some of y'all are going to sit here and go, oh, how dare you say this about my man Juicy, my gay Tupac. Well, let me tell you something. This is a very smart man. Think about it. Think about it, because this just popped in my head just now. Okay, you just saw that little piece in that article, right? It says that, okay, he was sent to the psychiatric ward, but it's typically for high-profile prisoners. That's where they are kept. High-profile prisoners are usually kept over there. But what if he was trying to solidify that even more by saying that he's not Sean Kingston? Think about it. What if he said, I'm going to scream out Sean Kingston, sitting there going, I'm not going to unalive myself, let's just say. And then all of a sudden, they go, red flag. Think about it. That's actually pretty damn smart. Because he doesn't want to go to prison. He doesn't want to go to jail, right? Prison or jail or prison, it doesn't matter. He don't want to go in there. He don't want to be in there with all the, the riffraff. I'm sure that's what he's thinking. The other outlaws out here. So he says, excuse me, Your Honor, you're way too beautiful, girl. I mean, come on. Think about it. And then all of a sudden they're going, well, he's saying it so many times. Maybe he is actually. Maybe he really does want to unalive. Wait, hold on. We gotta take him in the psych ward. He'll be safer over there. Ba-boom. He gets what he wants, right? He probably gets a nice, cushy little room. They leave him alone. He's not around other people that may want to do bad things to him, right? Because think about it. If he goes into that jail, there's some other people out here that are upset about what he did, messing with the culture, messing with the narrative that's out here. He's putting on the best act of his life to save his own ass. Boom. Okay. Laura Estrada. I'm just trying to find creative ways of saying Sean Kingston without actually saying the unalive word. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And if you don't know the song, I'm so sorry, because it was a hit back in the day. Moving on. So I'm going to go back into this article right quick. We're going to go back into this article. Okay. Smollett yelled to the courtroom upon it. We already saw the video, but he yelled in the courtroom upon his conviction that he was not Sean Kingston. You know, the word right there. so you guys can see it in the nosebleed seats. And he would not unalive himself while in custody. He kept saying that over and over again, like he had a hit on his head. Like he had a price tag on his head. Somebody was going to go out there and try to take his life. And he was quick to scream this out. Hey, if anything happens to me, I ain't Sean Kingston. I ain't trying to unalive myself. I'm not a J.E., if you know what I'm saying, who was found in his cell. And people still think that he Sean Kingston. I beg to differ. But moving on. The statement is seen as a nod to other famous and infamous inmates like J.E. and John McAfee, who who allegedly Sean Kingstoned while being incarcerated. So Jussie's currently in a psych ward at the Cook County Jail. This is what Jussie Smollett said in a video posted on to the Empire actor's Instagram. What's very concerning is that there was a note attached to his paperwork today and put in front of his jail cell saying that he's at risk of self-infliction. The brother also added, I want to just make it clear to folks that he is in no way, shape, or form in risk of self-infliction. And he wants to let folks know that he is very stable, he is strong, he is very healthy, and ready to take on the challenge that ultimately has been put up against him. And we already know he's been sentenced to 150 days in jail. Here is the video itself.
So Jussie is currently in a psych ward at Cook County Jail. What's very concerning is that there was a note attached to his paperwork today and put on the front of his jail cell saying that he's at risk of self-harm. I want to just make it clear to folks that he is in no way, shape, or form at risk of self-harm. And he wants to let folks know that he is very stable, he is very strong, he is very healthy and ready to take on the challenge that ultimately has been put up against him.
Why is this being drawn up and displayed right at our feet like he is some sort of political martyr? Why is it made to look like he's the next Malcolm X, the next Martin Luther King? He hasn't done anything to show that he is willing to do anything for the cause, anything for Black culture, anything to push the narrative in the right direction. But why is his family pushing the narrative out here to make it seem like he is a political martyr? I don't get it. I do not get it. The family needs to not say anything. That's just my personal opinion, and I'm sticking to it. I approve this message, okay? They don't need to say anything, because here it is. They were brought in. He was brought in. He was tried by a jury of his peers. It was shown proof positive that the whole thing was a flat out lie. He went on national TV with his crocodile tears, crying and all that stuff, still saying to this day that he did nothing wrong, that he didn't do anything. And yet still he went to court and he was found guilty on, if I'm correct, 5 counts. 5 of them. And yet he still has people that are like, it's like some weird cult that's happened. This weird creation that has just been manufactured, fabricated out of nowhere. Never underestimate the power of denial, my people. Look at this. Never underestimate the power of denial.
This is not right. This is completely lack of justice. It's angering. It's an outrage. But he ultimately knows what he needs to do. So we want to make sure that folks understand that, whatever inside Cook County Jail what assumptions they may be making. I don't know why they even have him in a psych ward. We still have not gotten clear answers there and why he's even in a psych ward. And they've recently added to his documentation that he's at risk of harming himself. That is absolutely not true.
Okay. If that is absolutely not true, then why is he in the psych ward? You never know. He may have snapped. He may have had a breakdown when he went into the jail, right? When they brought him into Cook County Jail, he may have had a full-on breakdown. He may have freaked out. You tell me you know everything? Jacqui, I think is his name. I don't mean to mess up your name, my brother, but real talk. You're telling me that you know everything? That you're there? You're with him? In the cell? You living with him? You don't know everything. He's in that psych ward for a reason. Whether it is to keep him safe out of harm's way, or he literally had a psychotic break that could have very well have happened. Not everybody wants to go and be locked up in jail. That is not bliss to me. I don't know about y'all. I don't find going to prison or jail a fun, extravagant field trip. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't sound like a walk in the park. It's terrifying. And then he gets thrown in there, and then boom. Of course, he probably freaks the F out. Or when he's sitting there going, I am not Sean Kingston. I am not Sean Kingston. What if he really was? I'm just saying, either he was saying it to get the room with the padded walls and the distance, right, from other dangerous inmates. Or he really was saying that out loud because he really is Sean Kingston in his mind. He's thinking about it, maybe. You think that this guy is proud? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I can't even answer that. But no, I'm just going to ask the question. Do you really think that this man is proud, absolutely proud of what has happened, or of what has transpired? He's doing everything he can to flip this script. That's what pathological liars do. They try to find an angle, and then they try to expand that as much as they can so that they still come out on top, triumphant, vindicated. So you got two options. But you got his brother out here, and hey, like I said, hey, that's your brother. You're gonna have his back no matter what. I got respect for that no matter what. It's like the Fast and the Furious thing, family over everything. Family over everything. I get it. But still, you don't know everything that's going on in that cell. You don't know how he's reacting to anybody or how the inmates are reacting to him. So don't say stuff that's not true.
So please make sure y'all are spreading facts. The media is going to report a lot of false information. And we really need our people, the people who can support us, to continue checking folks and making sure that false information does not go unchecked. So on top of that, if folks could really continue reposting things, there's been a post from my page, from Jake's page, from Jazz's page, from Journey's page, all around the hashtag Free Jussie hashtag. If you could repost that, repost similar images, make your own images, always just include the hashtag Free Jussie. And we think it's best if you tag Cook County Jail along with it. We're really just trying to make sure we can get as much engagement and attention on this injustice as possible. Thank you so much for the prayers. Thank you so much for the support that folks have given us thus far. And to the influencers, to the influential people out there, to the activists, to the organizers, we need you.
Okay. To the activists, to all y'all out here, okay, that are talking about this. I do truly feel like you're not on. If you are defending on behalf of him, I just feel like you're on the wrong side of the fence. You're on the wrong side of this battle or the wrong side of this narrative. I really do think that. And it seems like you're really out of touch. If you really are, like, I feel like his brother, like I said, no disrespect, I just feel like his brother is blinded by his loyalty because it's blood. And two, I think he's out of touch. You're out of touch. You're out of touch. I mean, come on. It's totally the way that this is being spun is mind-blowing. It's just mind-blowing. And any person in their right mind that is either someone who is for the Black Lives Matter movement or just is for the narrative and pushing the narrative in a right, productive, solid way, being on the side of Jussie Smollett, I think is just completely out of touch. Completely.
We seriously need you all. We need you to step up. This has gotten to the point where, it's been gone too far, but we are talking about, a very serious situation. We need folks' support in getting our brother out of jail. He never should have been in jail. He was attacked. He is innocent. He is innocent. And even if you don't believe in his innocence, you should believe that he should be free. He should not.
Yeah. Let him finish.
Not be in jail under any circumstances. So thank you again for your support. We're going to try and do more of these lives to keep folks updated on what's going on. But remember, Jussie is strong. He wants everyone to know that. He is in no way at risk of harming himself, like they have put on his documentation. He is strong. He understands what he's up against, and he understands that he needs to be focused and ultimately get through these next days in jail.
Okay. The next 100 days or so. He only has to do 75 days, allegedly. So he's got what, 2.5 months to be in there just about on good behavior, and then he'll be out. He'll be out and he'll be fine. And I'm sure he might be getting out earlier. He might get out earlier. You never know. I do have a super chat. Let me pull that up right quick before we continue on. Because there's, like I said, there are other people out here that are 110% for this dude, saying this is unjust. I'll get to that here in a second. Let me read this. $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Dory McNulty. Thank you, sweetheart. Meanwhile, LGBTQ plus POC in Chicago have been done a major disservice by Jussie, and they continue to be underrepresented in the city. This does not help. No, it does not. You're absolutely right. Where he sits there and he goes, I'm doing this for the cause. I'm down for the this, that, and the third. I'm sorry. This is the wrong narrative. This is the wrong look. If you got somebody out here that is falsely accusing something that never actually happened, I don't care if it's for the advancement for women or anything of that sort. If that person lies, if that person is doing something that is not true, it does not help that narrative. It does not help that movement. It makes it bad. It throws a pail of excrement on the entire movement, on the entire narrative. And yet people are sitting here going, just wipe the poop, wipe the excrement away. It's no big deal. No, you're tarnishing it. You are literally trying to capitalize. You're trying to capitalize on something that should never be capitalized on, ever. This is the worst kind of situation where, I hate to say it like this, but I'm going to say it. Damn it, I'm going to say it. And God forgive me. But I'm going to say it. There are people out here, when some sort of injustice happens to them or happens to their close friend or something like that, they're damnedest to try to see if they can capitalize on that injustice. in a monetary way, or in a way that helps benefit them in any type of way. Oh, I was the friend of the friend that was there, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I need to talk about this, and yeah, I have a GoFundMe and a fundraiser site, and so on and so forth. You see what I'm saying? Those things do exist. People do exist out here that do that kind of ish. And here it is. There it is. Someone who's trying to capitalize on something that never even happened. This didn't even happen. And there are other people out here that try to benefit and double up on crimes that actually did happen to their loved ones or to themselves. It's sad. Infinite Content, what up, man? He said, I'm sorry, the Pascal Show, but Jussie did a disservice to the police violations / hate crimes. Absolutely. He violated those things. He took full advantage of those things. And yet he is still out here going, I am not Sean Kingston. And I was pushing a fist into the faces of the people who are against the black and gay community and so on and so forth. So you tell me all that happened for that? Like I said, you are a political martyr, and you got your brother out here trying to speak on your behalf, trying to make it seem like you are a political mother-loving martyr? California girl, you ain't wrong. Capitalism is here and it's real. And people are all trying to capitalize on this type of ish. Real talk. But at least those people, that's the one thing I'll say, at least the people who are sitting there and using that and using the world of capitalism, right? At least those stories are actually true. They're actually using that money or those stories to keep pushing that particular narrative or whatever. But there are people out here that are really trying to use the victim card for their own financial benefit. It's real. We see it every day. But we got a little bit more here. Okay, guys? And please hit that like button down below if you're feeling what I'm talking about. I missed all y'all. It's been 4 long days without seeing and talking to all you guys. So I really missed y'all. So please hit that like button down below. And if you haven't done it yet, let me just throw that up there. Why not? Because, I got these technologies that I can use. So hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up past 150 likes. That would really mean a lot to me. And for those of y'all who haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. And why haven't you? You know what I'm saying? If you haven't and you've seen this show a couple times, why haven't you? Just crush it, okay? Do me that solid. All right, I got another super chat. Let me grab this really quick. Marsharice, hello, sweetheart. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really do appreciate it. You can't be reducing or eliminating incarceration for nonviolent offenses and want Jussie in there. Sorry. It costs more to the taxpayer to lock him up than to free him. Make him pay taxes or make him pay fines. Probation. Okay, Marsharice. I don't agree. I don't disagree with you there. I see something with this. Okay, I think with something that he did. Okay, if he did this, like he was found guilty, he did something that I think is inexcusable, unforgivable. In these types of situations, I feel like this is somebody that should be found. He should obviously be found guilty. But I also do feel like this is somebody that needs to, unfortunately, be held fully accountable for what he's done. And obviously, he is not even showing any type of remorse. He is not admitting to guilt. He is not taking accountability. He is still to this day saying that he didn't do anything wrong. Now, I know maybe we can agree to disagree on this, right? But I do think that this man should be in there for at least 2 months. I think he should pay. I think the punishment does match the crime. I do. This is something bigger than just him making some stuff up. This is so much bigger than that. He used his celebrity. He used his influence to try to get a leg up on more money and get more fame. And that's disgusting. Where there's other people that are actually victims of hate crimes that still have not gotten their stories out or still have not been investigated on, or those people who actually did commit those hate crimes, those whoever they may be, right? They're still out here in these streets having a beer and a smile with their friends and talking about the good old days when they did said hate crime to that one poor kid or to that one poor victim. So for me, I look at this and I'm like, this is so much bigger than just Jussie Smollett walking down the street and saying that he went to go get some mother-loving Subway, in negative below freezing weather. This is to all the kids out here, all the people, all the victims out here that still have not gotten their story told, that still has not gotten their story, their crime even investigated. So yeah, he should be in there for 2 months. That's what I think. He should. This stuff is just disgusting. But we are going to get into this because there are more. And hey, Mara, you are not alone in that thought. Sure. If it was and I'll tell you this though too, this is the other side of it too. Obviously I have my opinion, but there are other people that would sit there and see, what if he did? What if he didn't get anything except for like a slap on the wrist and pay a fine? You know what the reaction is going to be? Everybody's going to sit there and go, well, there it is. That's what happens when you got money. That's what happens when you have financial privilege. When you can afford a decent lawyer. You can just throw money at the issue and get away with it. And then he'll be out here still in these streets talking that crazy cap. Still fibbing in front of people's faces. So he should be in there being held accountable. But like I said, we're going to get into that side, what you just said in that comment. So thank you so much for the super chat. Please. Thank you so much. A long story short, thank you so much for $5 super chat. Same thing with George Floyd's friends and family. Week before his murder, Floyd was hospitalized from drugs. Where were they when they to get him into a rehab prior? You know what? That's a very, very good question, right? With the George Floyd thing. Still, no matter what happened to him is still unjust and disgusting. But thank you so much for the $5 super chat for sure. So let's move on to this next piece, and this has to do with Taraji P. Henson. And if you don't know who she is, let me pull up a little photo of her really quick. Oops. Right quick. Where the heck is it? Oh, whoops. Is it? I hope it is. Yep, here it is. Taraji P. Henson with Jussie Smollett. Okay, so if you guys don't know who she is, she played Cookie on the hit show with Jussie Smollett on the hit show Empire on Fox. Okay, fantastically dope ass actress. I mean, she's great. Okay, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan, but she had some things to say that I don't agree with. I hate it because I think, to me, in my mind, I'm like, this woman could do no wrong. She's got this charisma. She got this star appeal. I think she's dope. Okay. Fantastic actress. But she is still one person that has been ride or die for Mr. Gay Tupac. So, and I'm gonna find that video. I need to show you guys that because I think it's hilarious. Okay. But here it is. So the co-star Taraji P. Henson likens jailed hate crime faker to racist lynching of the victim Emmett Till in Instagram post, calling for him to be freed because she says the punishment doesn't fit the crime. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go through the bullets here because we don't need to read this whole thing. Oh, and she was in Baby Boy. Yeah, she's in a bunch of stuff. Hustle and Flow. Hard out here for a pimp. You know what I mean? She's great. She's great. She's great. But she feels like this punishment doesn't fit the crime. Now, she's one of the first people in the very beginning when the crime, okay, when this alleged crime actually happened, she was first. She was really quick to jump on his side because, of course, they work closely together. I mean, sure, Jussie, I'm sure on set is professional and a loving, charismatic guy. They have a great time on set. And so she had his back. But then when stories started to come out that this was a lie or that it could allegedly be a lie, she started to get quiet. And she wasn't so like gung-ho about like, hey, this is from my boy, it's stand in solidarity for Jussie Smollett. Now she's coming out with more information, like more things, with more comments and more stuff. I don't know if like I said, I mean, let's see if you agree with what she's saying, okay? So Henson is calling for Smollett's freedom just 3 days after the 39-year-old was sentenced to 150 days in jail and 30 months in probation for faking a hate crime. In 2019, obviously, he claimed to be attacked by two men who allegedly used racist and homophobic slurs against him. He and Henson grew particularly close after she played her character, or after playing her character's Cookie's son, Jamal, on the show Empire. All right. And they had many seasons and was a hit show. We already know all this stuff. So on Instagram, she posted a black picture with a hashtag saying free Jussie. Now, she has a caption, which I'm going to show here in a second. And this is the Instagram post, hashtag free Jussie. All right. And here is her post. I'm not here to debate you on his innocence. So she still believes this man is innocent. But we can agree that the punishment does not fit the crime. Emmett Till, here's Emmett Till. Emmett Till was brutally beat and ultimately murdered because of a lie, and none of the people involved with his demise spent 1 day in jail, even after Carolyn Bryant admitted that her claims were false, which is also true. Carolyn Bryant did come out and say that that whole thing was fabricated many, many years after the death of Emmett Till. So that is very true. No one was hurt or killed during Jussie's ordeal. He has already lost everything. Everything. To me, as an artist, not being able to create, to me as an artist, not being able to create that in itself is punishment enough. He can't get a job. No one in Hollywood will hire him. And again, as an artist who loves to create, that is prison. My prayer is that he is freed and put on house arrest and probation, because in this case, that would seem fair. Please, hashtag free Jussie. Now, this is very interesting. I see this because I see some people going, hey, this is not a comparison to Emmett Till. If it's not, then why would you put Emmett Till in the story, in your statement? To me, that seems like a comparison between two stories that have no connection whatsoever. Okay, let me say this again. If you really do believe that Jussie Smollett was jumped by two white men wearing MAGA hats and they were saying racist and homophobic slurs, then okay, I can see this being created. Okay, or a bridge between the two, but I feel like it's an extremely long, big ass bridge between these two subjects. That's just what I think. Okay, but I don't think this is the greatest Emmett Till is the wrong kind of connection. Emmett Till is the wrong example to use in this story. We already know, and I know there's some people out here that it's a small few, but there is a few people out here. There's a small group of people that actually do believe Jussie Smollett is innocent and he didn't do anything. That this is all a fabricated thing. They went to trial. They showed proof positive that this whole thing was a fabrication, and he was the one who orchestrated all of this. When you put someone like Emmett Till in your statements about someone who has been tried and found guilty of doing something that I don't think any other black person would ever do, it's a little shocking. It's a little, what? But why though? Let me, because I wanted to know, so I had to, I wanted to, pull this up. Okay. Just a quick little summary of Emmett Till. So Emmett Till, a 14-year-old African-American boy, was murdered in August of 1995 in a racist attack that shocked the nation and provided a catalyst for the emerging civil rights movement. A Chicago native, Till was visiting relatives in Money, Mississippi, when he was accused of harassing a local white woman. Now, what's interesting in that story is that, of course, that was all fake. And a whole group of men walked over or ran over, found him. And of course, the gruesome details of what actually happened to this young boy is astonishing. Now you got this being connected and put in the same scenario, same statement, same social media post as Jussie Smollett, the gay Tupac. I think it's disgusting. Did I say 1995? I meant 1955. I'm sorry, guys. But like I said, how is this? Thank you for the correction. But how does this even justify anything? That's just what I think. I just think it's a little extreme and sad. But then again, there are other people out here that were feeling the same way, in a way. Right here, someone on Twitter, okay? Jussie Smollett is in jail for the next 150 days for lying to the police. Kyle Rittenhouse killed 2 people and injured a third and is free. Don't talk to me about accountability. This country's criminal system is anything but just. It's a disgrace. Now, I will say this, though. I definitely see the connection here. I understand that piece. That's somebody who actually went around. And I know there's some people who feel some type of way about the Kyle Rittenhouse story, and they think it was self-defense and all that. I still think that's BS too. Absolutely. Not even get a slap on the wrist. He didn't get anything. He walked free. Mother lover walked free, man. And he is held. He is raised on the shoulders of people. Like he is the second coming of Christ, this guy. All right? And not once did he get a slap on the wrist. Not once. And that's BS. He didn't get community service. He's not even paying any type of fee, probation, paying a fine, nothing. He is walking free. That is a good comparison. That's BS. Emmett Till, though? I don't think so. This is a kid who went out with a gun and shot people. And whether you think it's self-defense or not, that's for another Charles Dickens story. But that kid still got to walk. And he should have been held accountable for what he had done. But he never was. But that still does not take away the fact that you got a man out here still to this day saying without a shadow of a doubt that he has done no wrong, that he is an innocent and that he has done no wrong and that he's innocent. And now he's saying he is not Sean Kingston, though. He is not Sean Kingston. I got a comment here, I see. Hold on, let me grab that before it goes away. Where is it? Where'd it go? The comparison is Jussie's faked a hate crime and got 150 days, while people who committed an actual hate crime never got any time. Yes. No. I totally agree with that. I do think that the system is messed up, right? And that someone like a Kyle Rittenhouse type, let's just use him for an example, should be held accountable for what he's done, even if he is found not guilty for, let's say, if they agree that, without a shadow of a doubt or whatever, that this guy was found, that it was all self-defense. He didn't even get a charge for anything, not even possession of a firearm or anything. And I feel like there's so many other cases. Yes, they would have found everything in their power to throw something on that person because they had broken some sort of crime. Still, no matter what, Kyle Rittenhouse broke some crimes. He most definitely did. But suddenly he's found not guilty by a landslide. And that was it. Yeah, and Rittenhouse is a minor as well. So, like I said, I just think I see the frustration with certain people. I see the frustration. But I would want to see, and it doesn't, like I said, I don't care what race you are. If you fake something and it's not true, you should be held accountable for that action. What he did is unforgivable. What he did is disgusting. What he did hurts the narrative tremendously. And the fact that we are actually living in a time where we actually are seeing this is very sad. But yes, there are other people out here that got a lesser charge or walked free, for sure. For sure. I couldn't agree more. But I still do think that he is being held accountable for what he has done. And hopefully other situations will grow where, hey, other people will be held accountable for their actions in the future. But, then again, I'm a glass half full guy, right? I am. But hey, we'll see. We'll see what goes down with all that. But I know some people are sitting here. I see the comments. Free Jussie, right? Free Jussie. I say he'll be out in 2 months. He'll be all right. But that's me. That's just me. Also, if he is in the psychiatric ward, I'm sure he's in a much safer place if he stays there for the entire time. But he will be. He'll be out in a few months, or he'll be out even shorter than that if his lawyers do the right thing, right? So we'll see. But you know what? Let me open up the streamline. Love to hear your thoughts real quick before we wrap up the show. Would love to hear your thoughts on this. Hold on real quick. I'm going to pin this to the top. Yes, I'd love to hear your thoughts real quick. So, hop on. It's pinned to the top. Let me know your thoughts, but of course, keep it classy. Keep it clean. I know some people don't agree with me, and that's okay. You're totally entitled to have a different opinion than me, but keep it classy, okay? Hey, Tyler Hack, what's up, man? How you doing, my brother?
Oh, hi. No, wasn't expecting that quickly. Hi.
Hey, what's up, man? What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah. You know, like normally I'd be like, when it comes to like incarceration and like the prison system, normally I'd be like free them and that sort of thing. When it comes to this, though, I know some people may think I'm being hypocritical. It's just, I don't know. What he did is too unforgivable for me to really defend any of this. And I know that there are some people that are saying like free Jussie that aren't even really like defending his actions, but they're saying like they're basically saying what Mara was saying, which is like if you like really know like what the prison system is like, you wouldn't wish it on anybody. My thing is, I don't know. My thing is, I just think what he did, I think it's just going to make it less likely for those who have gone through like actual hate crimes to be believed. And I know some people might say to that, well, I mean, people aren't believed anyhow, even if it is real. And that's true. I wish I wish I put like a script or something or wrote down what I said. Like I don't know.
Bruh, you are more than good. You know, I think the thing is yeah, Mara Sharice is not wrong. What Mara said is not wrong. I don't know what it's like to be in prison. I don't know what it's like to be in jail. And yeah,
neither do I.
This is it was a violent offense that he lied about. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
exactly.
Violence wasn't inflicted on him, but he lied about violence being inflicted on him. And that's wrong. And I think that's disgusting. And the fact that I feel like any person that is out here lying about certain things, that there are women, there are men that come out that are false accusers of things. And then they are found that they are lying about that. They should be held accountable for that as well. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. And the thing. Sorry that I don't.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
Like I don't like the thing is like there's plenty of people that lie to police and like there's plenty of people like police lie all the time and like they don't get held accountable for anything. So I understand that. Like I'm not saying that somebody like a Kyle Rittenhouse should be getting off easy and walking free and all that nonsense. I think he should get, in my opinion, an even harsher sentence than a Jussie Smollett. But as it stands, like I feel like people are trying to make others feel bad for Jussie, and like there's people online that are trying to make me feel bad for Jussie, and I'm like, no, like I just don't feel bad for him. I don't think he's worthy of being like this sort of Malcolm X or MLK or like any kind of like political martyr or prisoner.
It feels like he's trying to get on that tip. You know what I mean? He just said something, and I want to pull up Infinite Content here in a second. He's on here as well, so I'm going to have him join the conversation. But Caden said, "You're supposed to be a leader, not a deceiver of social justice," and that is very well said, right there.
Exactly.
You don't go and you use what's going on in the world, the George Floyds, the the Michael Brown Juniors, any of these situations that have happened that we see on an everyday basis. You don't use that to see if you can get a leg up on your own life and get more money from Empire for, get more sympathy votes, if you will. That's not what you do. That's not what you're supposed to do. And that's why that's why he's in trouble right now. That's why he's locked up right now, because he said what he said. And then on top of that, to throw hot sauce into the wound that he's already created, he had to sit there and say, "Oh, I'm not Sean Kingston." He had to go on this other tip, which I think is yes. But let me
now
throw
that song in my head.
right. Sorry, man. But let me throw up Infinite Content. What's up? You're with the panel. What's up, man?
Pascal, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. What's up?
I'm good. I'm good. Oh, wait a second. I got a whole lot to say on this. Tyler, stay here, because what
Speak on, man.
Jussie did was malevolent, and it was capricious, and is going to have massive backlash on the Black community.
Absolutely.
And POC communities, and he doesn't, because he was doing some performative BS, some ish that I'm like, no. You gotta take this L, because we can't cape or cap you. Because as many times as people of color and minorities have been brutalized and killed and pogromized in this country and across the world, and you want to try and stage a fake lynching, bruh, you understand how bad I'm 46. The parents, the people of my parents' generation, they literally got beat for just being and trying to vote. And you're trying to do some performative BS. His actions may have set back some civil rights actions by decades. And that's the nicest way I'm going to put it.
No, but
you're saying it.
You're saying exactly what I've been trying to say for the past hour and 15 minutes. Okay. I'm with you 110% on this. It's pushing us back instead of shoving us forward, and finding a way of us getting to a place where we all can be under the same roof or on the same planet in a justifiably fair, equality on all for all, right? And something like this does not help the situation. But you look at this kind of situation, you can click it and drag it over to any story of I hate to use this, but I tried to say it earlier, but I will say it again. It's a woman who is says that she is a survivor, right? And there are other women, multitudes of women who have survived heinous crimes to them, right? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you find out that person is lying, but everybody got
it's like that. That's the one bad egg that messes up for everybody else.
Exactly.
Now here, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to make a quick pivot because I sent you a story, or tagged you in a story. Now, really need you to go into this.
Okay.
And look on this.
I'll look into it. I'm not going to do it in this show, but I'll
you may not be able to do it on this show, but probably this week. Please, I'll tag you in a story about. There was from the Texas Houston. It was from a Texas newspaper. It was a Tribune about these people that were getting violated as minors, and they were put under care of this certain group. I think they were a public group or like a community service organization, and they were doing trafficking.
Oh wow!
Pascal,
you
please.
sent this to me. Okay,
I literally, I'm sorry, and like I know that I'm off this week, so I have the free time to actually let you know about this. But I will send this to your inbox again.
Please.
But I did tag you this on on the Bird app.
Okay. Yeah,
But
please.
they were talking about they were supposed to save these people from the S trafficking, and then they were engaging in the S trafficking themselves. It might have been the Houston Chronicle or the Texas Tribune, but I will tag you in them again and send them directly to your DMs on the Bird.
Okay. Please do.
And I have many more things I could talk to you about because I am infinite content. So, but I will seek the field and let you go forward.
No,
Okay,
and
you be safe, man.
yeah, you too, man. Infinite content. Thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it. All right. We got Mark Jones. What's up, Mark Jones?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, Pascal.
What's good?
All right. I kind of disagree with you on a few things, and I
Okay.
guess I just see it a different way.
That's fine.
I mean,
You can
I feel
disagree with
like,
me, guys. It's okay.
I
What's
mean,
on your mind? Speak on it.
What we
I
here
understand
for?
he's guilty.
Say that again?
I don't agree. I don't think he's innocent. I definitely don't believe he's innocent. I know.
Okay.
I know what he did was wrong. But if you're gonna charge him, you should charge everybody who does that. Don't. If you make an example out of one person, but so many people have done this before. You make an example out of one person just to make an example. I mean, you should do it for everybody. If it's a crime, charge everybody for this crime. Don't just charge one person because, oh, he made it harder for everybody else and we disagree with him.
You know, no, Mark. Okay, so that's a very good point. But then it makes you wonder. Now, I haven't done any research on this, okay? Because this is you just said something. You just shot from the hip here. But it does make you wonder if there has been other people found guilty, right, for doing said crime, for doing said thing, right, and actually went and saw the inside of a jail cell, right? So it does make me wonder if there has been other people that have been found guilty of staging a hoax, right?
When I reference that, I mean you've reviewed videos on here. I think it was one lady, right, in the park harassing a group of people, and she's like, "Hey, these people." She called the cops, and she's like, "These people are attacking me. These black people are attacking me."
So you're talking about the Central Park Karen, like one of the OGs of Karens, right?
Yeah,
Which is funny because Snack Panther, I had to throw this up here as a super chat. They just asked this question. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. They just said, how many years did the Central Park Karen get for lying to the police about a black bird watcher? It almost sounds like a riddle, but Snack Panther, good question. From my understanding, she lost her job. I think you know what? Hold up. We're going to look it up right now. Central Park Karen.
Is it Amy Cooper? Yeah.
It's
something
can't
Cooper.
be the first person.
It's funny because they all had. Oh, and what's interesting is that she had misdemeanor charges, right? Oh, I lost Mark Jones, but I want to put you on mute, okay, Tyler, because your phone is like crack-a-lacking. Okay, thank you. Whoops. Let me get Mark back. You're back? Mark?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. So no. This is very interesting because there's a post. The New York Post said that the charges against the Central Park Karen Amy Cooper. I remember this. They were actually dismissed. I remember this because if I'm correct, the other Cooper, because his name was Christian Cooper, her name is Amy Cooper. They're not related. I think he had a change of heart. So, blah, blah, blah. Let me find this. Hold on. No relation to Amy. Was telling you to release your dog, so on and so forth. Sorry, I'm trying to see get to the part. Where the heck is it? Well, right now, so as far as that particular story, the charges were dismissed. If I'm correct, it was because of the man, because of Christian Cooper, the black bird watcher. He didn't want to press charges anymore.
I mean,
It was something along the lines of like he just wanted to move on. Something crazy like that. But yes, Sharice is right. Because she had a dog that was like basically getting choked in the video, you know, while she's screaming bloody murder. She's crying wolf, right? Throughout the entire thing. So she apparently has been seeing a therapist. She got her dog back because she had the dog was taken from her, so on and so forth. But I don't see in this particular article why it was actually dropped. Hold on. Okay. Revisiting Central Park. Karen, hold on. Let me pull this up so you guys can actually see this too with me. So maybe you'll see something that I'm missing because I'm skimming through this crap really fast. Okay, was charged falsifying an incident report, a Class A misdemeanor, with a maximum sentence of 1 year in prison with a $1,000 fine in May 2020 after calling the cops on Christian Cooper, who was a bird watcher. Let's see, moving on. We all know this video. We all know this famous video. I'm scared. He's threatening my life. All that BS. She was fired from her job, an investment firm in Manhattan, and became one of the faces of a series of incidents in white women across America were seen to be abusing their privileges to report black or minority people for crimes they didn't commit, aka Karens. Let's see, moving on. So division therapy, given the issues at hand, Miss Cooper's lack of criminal background, we offered her consistent with our position on many misdemeanor cases involving a first arrest, an alternative restorative justice resolution designed not just to punish, but to educate and promote community healing. So instead, she went to therapy. She went to division therapy, which is absolute BS. Okay, so Cooper completed a comprehensive, respectful program at the Critical Therapy Center where she focused on, quote unquote, the ways in which Miss Cooper could appreciate that racial identities shape our lives, but we cannot use them to harm ourselves or others. Wow. Having completed only 5 sessions, by the way, Miss Cooper's therapist reported that it was a moving experience and that Miss Cooper learned a lot in their sessions together. Out of 5 sessions, by the way, guys. The compliance report is attached. We're filing it with the court. Having completed a restorative justice program to our satisfaction, we now move to dismiss. So all she had to do, so she went straight cap on the phone call. I'm trying to remember all this stuff. And instead of her actually seeing the inside of a prison cell, which would be a year and a $1,000 fine, if I'm correct, they it's right here, 1 year in prison and a $1,000 fine. They opted up and said, hey, we'll give you back your dog. And guess what? We will also, as long as you just do 5 sessions of division therapy, you can walk free. You'll still lose your job, but you'll get your little dog too, though. So that's what happened. So yeah, she man, that's an underhand pitch, if you will. That's an underhanded pitch. She didn't have to do much for being one of the very first Karens of all time. Caught on tape, just straight cap. That's sad, man. Mark, that's sad. It's not. So that answers your question. What happened to that woman? There you go. She did that.
She did that. Not 150 days.
And it wasn't even a slap on
It's
the
not a
wrist.
bunch of people wanting to threaten her life constantly. She got off easy.
Say that again. She got off easy. Yeah. She got off
I said,
hella easy.
I mean, he used his popularity the same way people use privilege, so it's basically the same thing.
So you don't think the punishment matches the crime, right, Mark?
I can't hear Mark.
It can match the crime, but give the same sentence to everybody who does the crime.
I agree. I can agree with that for sure. I think it's such a messed up thing. Because I get it that there's other parts, like some people will sit there and say, oh, he's only getting this kind of, like, say any person is getting this kind of punishment because they are a person of status or they are a public figure. That's why they're being held accountable, and they're being used as an example, right? And I feel like there's a lot of
Yeah.
people that are feeling like that's happening right now as well. That they're going, hey, how dare they sentence him for this long? And the only reason why he's getting it is because he's a celebrity. But I also do feel like what I said in the beginning or earlier in my commentary, I also did say the other side of the fence. If he actually just threw a couple grand at this situation, I feel like other people would be out here on the twits, on the bird, as you said, Mark, or I'm sorry, infinite content, would be out here on the bird, basically saying, hey, that's messed up. Because look at financial privilege. Because of money, he's able to walk these streets again. Yeah, he may not ever work again, but he at least got to pay his way out of being held accountable for what he did. So it's a weird teetering thing, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I do agree with you, Mark. If somebody's out here making these kinds of things, like a Central Park Karen type of situation where they're straight up lying about something, they should be held accountable within the full extent of the law. That's what I think.
Oh, and on the Taraji P Henson quote,
yes,
I don't think she was referencing Emmett Till. I think she was referencing the aggressors in the attack. She's saying Jussie faked a crime and got 150 days. But the people who actually murdered somebody got 0 days. That's the comparison she's making. She's not saying he's a victim. She's not comparing him to the victim, but the aggressors.
That's an interesting take. Or, I mean, I can see that take for sure. I think... I just don't think
she could have just said, like, "Oh."
Go ahead, Tyler. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, then I think she could have just said, like Carolyn Bryant or like the actual woman who accused Emmett Till of said thing.
I mean, yeah, I get that, but at the same time, people don't really know who Carolyn Bryant is. I didn't know the name until you actually referenced it.
Right.
So by her saying Emmett Till, she's referencing the actual thing that people understand. Because I didn't know who she was until you guys actually said her name. I knew it was a woman. I knew a crime happened, but I didn't know the actual name.
Right,
so
because
people would just be like, "Oh, Carolyn Bryant, who is that person?" And then they won't even look into it. But when you say Emmett Till, people are like, "Okay, who are these people behind it now?" Because these people got off free.
Right.
True.
Let me pull this other guy on. I'm going to bring him into the panel really quick. Okay. We got Devin Lockett. Hello, Devin.
How's it going, brother? How you doing?
Man, I'm chilling. Where you calling in from?
I'm the LA area, man. I'm just east of LA, Upland,
I love LA, so hopefully it's nice and warm over there. What's on your mind, man? Speak on it.
Well, I mean, this is all kind of crazy, man. I can't believe that there are actually still people out there who believe Jussie's lie now. Who believe Jussie's lie now. I mean, I know I'm surprised that he still believes his BS. Maybe he's going for an insanity plea. in the in the later court, in the appellate court or something. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, it's probably what he's doing. I mean, he's probably going, okay, well, if he still believes his story, then he's clearly crazy.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's why he's sitting there going, "I'm not Sean Kingston, everybody. I'm not Sean Kingston." And then now he's in a psychiatric ward.
That makes sense to me. That actually makes sense because
Well,
when he did this crime, he had so many people threatening his life. So if he goes to jail and he winds up dead, and they can make it look like a suicide, but
Facts.
he's already saying, "Hey,
True.
if I die behind bars, I'm not suicidal. Like I'm thinking they gonna kill me.
I
Pay
think
attention to what I'm saying. Like I might die, but I'm letting you know ahead of time that I'm not doing this."
yeah, but it won't be conservatives or anybody that was politically, opposed to Jussie that would kill him in jail. If anything, it would be just like with Epstein. It would be the people that were behind the whole hoax with him that may be in higher places right now that don't want their name to be dragged out.
Yeah, I don't think he's
Right.
I don't think he's saying that it's supposed to be like some political attack. I think he's just saying, "Hey, if I die, I didn't do it."
Okay.
I mean,
Like I don't see it being like a whole political.
I think it's both. I honestly think it's both. Because he honestly, because you both have some really good points here. Because there are some, of course, I'm sure there's some people who have been threatening his life outside of this, right? That don't agree, that do not believe him, that think he's been straight lying this entire time. So imagine him going, "Oh my God, if I go in there, I'm not safe. I don't have security. I don't have anything. I don't know what is going to happen. It's a wild card when I walk in through that jail cell, right? When I go into that space, and I have to survive for 2 to 5 months, or for however long I need to be held behind bars. So shoot, you got JE out here that was there, and then suddenly he gone. You know what I mean? So he probably was like, "All right, I need to say this because maybe if I do say this, one, it protects me so that anybody who might have a hit out on my head can't do it. Or if they do end up doing it and they try to make it look like he did something to himself, then you got people out here hearing a different narrative." The other part is, though, too, where it's like, man, this is an opportunity to be somewhere else where a higher profiled prisoner or, a person that's inmate that's being held up in jail can go and be safe at. So maybe if I keep on saying out loud that I'm Sean Kingston all day long, they will hear this and go, "Wait a second, he's a high risk," because he's saying that we can't play with that. Doesn't matter. Like, like you go to an airport, for an example, you don't even bother saying anything about a bomb. Okay, don't say BOMB, because somebody's going to sit there and go, "Wait, what if he does actually have one?" You see what I'm saying? So I feel like they're doing this, and he's probably playing a smart card. He's throwing down a card and being hella smart about this.
It makes sense because
a martyr at the same damn time. Please, Devin.
No, it makes sense, man, because there's any place where you don't want to be is general population in jail, and you don't want to be in the Crip module or the Blood module either if you're not a member of those gangs. But most people, I mean, not most people, but people who are wise to the system know that when you get in there, is smart to tell them that you're a drug addict, actually, that you're on heroin, and then they'll put you in another place with all of the drugged out people, and it'll be very quiet. Everybody will be reading books and getting their methadone pills. So, I mean, it's a survival tactic, right? When you know you're going in, then yeah, I mean, if they could put you on the nut ward or a psych ward or whatever, that is definitely a safer place than Gen Pop. Definitely. And if he could stay there, and if he could stay there for the whole 5 months, then it would be a lot easier than if he was in general population getting his shoes stolen and stuff.
I'm for me, I don't know, what goes on behind closed doors, behind jail doors and all that. If there's extra benefits, or if you get an extra cup of Jello in the psychiatric ward. I don't know, but I think that this was a move. I think that it was a move, and I'm sure it was something that was planned. He has had some time to talk with his team, with his family, and all that. And I'm sure somebody put in his head, "Hey, man, you should just start saying that, saying this because it could help you stay out of harm's way."
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised if there's
Right.
people trying to put harm on this dude. But real quick,
I'm the gay Tupac.
he actually did say that too. Okay, that actually is
Yep.
real. Okay, that is a real thing. He said one more thing.
Gay Tupac. I'm the gay Tupac.
So you also got that in the back of your mind, that this is a guy who actually thinks that he is moving mountains and changing the world by going through what he's going through right now. He really does think that he is mother-loving Gandhi up in this biznai. I mean, think of any other person that's out here that has done
Inflated ego.
Thank you. That has done everything that they can to save the humanity and fight for the narrative and all that. Fight the power and all that. He is suddenly now going, okay, now I'm ready to take on the new role, and I'm going to be that political martyr for every single last one of y'all. I'm going to die on the cross for you guys. But guys, Tyler, Devin, Mark Jones, y'all, thank you so much for being on. I really do appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Sir.
You're welcome. Love you, Pascal.
I love you too, man. You all stay blessed. Peace.
Thanks.
Peace out, man.
So this is such an interesting it's such an interesting thing. This whole story. It's so polarizing, right? There's so many people out here that hate it, that hate this story on both sides of the spectrum. They're going, hey, stop locking up our black men, which I do agree. Stop locking up our black men. Absolutely. When it's not over something that is a faked hate crime, when it's a small misdemeanor of some sort, like not a small misdemeanor, but like, over stupid little things that there are men, for example, I just saw it with Mara Sharice put it up. There are men in Rikers that are still locked up, sleeping on floors. They're so heavily overpopulated right now, still to this day, because of unpaid tickets and stuff like that. Just ridiculous things that have nothing to do with serious crimes. And these guys are out here doing this stuff. These are guys that are out here locked up in these prisons, in these jails, for small crimes. It's getting ridiculous. This guy right here, I know all of us, I don't like seeing this happen, but I also don't like seeing a black man try to take advantage of the social injustices that go on in this world and try to see if he can capitalize on that by pushing his career forward or trying to make more money on his episode by episode salary, just because he tried to stage something to come off like he's the victim of a hate crime because of the color of his skin and his sexual orientation. That is just disgusting. Some of us will agree to disagree on this, and that's totally fine. I think any person, whether they were white or black, and they were doing something like this, they should be held accountable and serve their time, period. And if he comes out in 2 months and he's still singing the same BS, well, hey, the only person he has to worry about is when he goes up to the pearly gates. That's basically it. At the end of the day, it's all going to be about what he leaves behind. Really. What he leaves behind. What kind of legacy he leaves behind from this point on. It's a damn shame, y'all. And I agree. I mean, Ricard just said that too, What Smollett did was not small. This was not just some small little thing. This was not him having a fender bender or whatever. This is much bigger. This is a much bigger discussion than just that, And true, you know what, Marsharise, you ain't wrong on that too. His career is already, like, when they found out that he was lying, his career was over. That is punishment enough. But that's the thing, though. He should have known better. If he had not done what he did, we wouldn't even be talking about this. His show would still be on the air, because if you really think about it, that show was at the height of he was at the height of his career on that show. As soon as that ish went down, the whole show tanked, and tanked fast, because of the lies that he created. So not only did he punish himself, he punished every single other person, even the production assistants that are on the show, even the guy who mops the floor in that studio. They all had to go find a new job because of his choices. So it wasn't just him getting punished. It was everybody else. They all laid waste to the wake of his ridiculous hoax. It's sad, but it's true. But anyway, guys, I appreciate all y'all for being on. And hey, I know we don't agree on everything all the time, but I do appreciate all you guys for being so classy and civilized, and being adult about this conversation, because we can agree to disagree on this all day long. And I appreciate that. That's why we're able to have conversations like that. That's why we can progress and be better as human beings, because we're listening to other perspectives and we're growing as individuals. So I appreciate all y'all for being on. Please do me a favor. If you enjoyed the conversation and had a good time, please hit that like button down below, smash it, crush it, make it scream out your name, okay? That would really, really mean a lot. And please, again, hit that like button. I just got back in from a very long weekend, and I just hopped on here to talk to all y'all ashish, okay? Because that's because I love y'all, okay? So please hit that like button, send those likes all the way up, and let's not forget, if you haven't crushed that subscribe button, what's wrong with y'all? Like, what do you want me to do? You know what I mean? Did I do something wrong? Do you need a back rub? I mean, I can't do it through the screen, or through the audio, okay? But hey, I can at least try to make you guys smile and make you guys think. So please hit that subscribe button. And thank you to the panel for all y'all who had the balls to jump on and speak y'all minds. You guys are incredible. It is time to get going. Stay blessed out there. I will see you guys soon. Trap opera, maybe sometime soon, my brother. We working on some new stuff. All right. I'll be talking to you guys soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next show. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.